Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. Okay, so today our topic is renewable energy project management. So first is what is renewable energy? Okay. So in the previous session, we have already discussed renewable energy. Okay, so anyone can give me answer this question. What is renewable energy? Anyone can give me answer this question? What is renewable energy?
Hello, Miss. I hope so. You are well. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, fine. I would like to give the answer of this question. Renewable energy is basically the energy which can be obtained again and again. Such kind of resources which cannot be finished, they can be recovered again, like the energy obtained from sun or the energy obtained from water waves. Such kind of energy is called renewable energy.
Can you explain renewable energy? Take a simple example.
Okay, what do you want? Should I explain about the renewable energy with some example?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Basically, when we are talking about sun is a renewable energy. We are getting energy again and again with the help of sun. Like we are using solar panels. From solar panels, we can obtain energy at daytime. It cannot be vanished. It cannot be finished. Of course, there is sun always. It will remain, and we will get energy from sun again and again. Like when we are talking about wind energy, wind will blow. It is a fact. We can convert wind energy into electrical energy. If we are talking about the tides, water waves energy or tidal energy, it cannot be finished or it cannot be ended. We can obtain again and again energy from water waves. These are the different example of renewable energy resources. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. Thank you, Mr. Fishman.
Welcome.
Okay, so next is benefit of renewable energy. Renewable energy sources produce minimum or no greenhouse gas emissions during electricity generation. Unlike fossil fuels, this help mitigate climate change and reduce air pollution. Renewable energy sources such as wind, sunlight, and water are essential. Unlike finite fossil fuels, renewable energy help natural resources for future generation. Okay, the renewable energy sector creates jobs in manufacturing, installations, maintenance, and research. This can stimulate local and provide opportunities for employment. As the technologies advance and for scale and realize the cost of renewable energy continues to decline, making it increase with the conventional energy sources. By energy sources and reducing the reliance on imported fossil fuels, countries can enhance their energy security and to supply uh, this with price. Lying and diverse maximum of renewable energy sources reduce dependence on imported fossil fuels, making countries less to geopolitical tensions and supply. Renewable energy systems such as rooftop solar panels or small wind turbines can be installed at a local level, reducing the energy infrastructure to failures or cap attacks. For example, we take an example and understand the benefits of renewable energy. For example, generally, transmission to renewable energy known as the energy wind, and to increase energy security by reducing reliance on imported fossil fuels and nuclear power. Policies supporting renewable energy, Germany as its energy maximum and reduce its dependence on external energy sources. The United States has increased its domestic production of renewable energy, wind and solar power. This has contributed to reducing imported oil and natural gas, enhancing energy security, and reducing. So next is challenges in renewable energy projects. When we make the renewable energy projects, what kind of challenges we face during to this? Okay, the renewable energy sources like wind and solar are intermittent, meaning they do not produce energy constant. For example, solar panels generate electricity during their sunlight hours, and the wind turbines require sufficient wind speeds to operate efficient. Storing energy for use when production is low remain a significant. Current battery technologies are expensive and have limited storage capacity. Integrating renewable energy into existing power grid requires substantial upgrades. Renewable energy can pass in the power supply, making it challenging to maintain grid stability. Some renewable technologies are still in development stages and may not be commercial or efficient enough for wide spread adoptions. The initial investment for renewable energy projects is typically high. This includes cost for research, development, infrastructure, and installation. Securing adequate funding can be difficult due to risk and long payback periods associated with renewable energy projects. Okay, the return on investment mean ROI for renewable projects can be lower and compared to conventional energy projects, making investors. The energy market can be volatile with prices that affect the financial stability of renewable energy projects. Obtaining the necessary permits and approvals from various regulatory bodies can be time consuming and complex. This can delay project timelines and increase cost. Inconsistent or unclear policies and regulation at local, national, or international level can create for investors and developers. Gaining access to the power grid can involve complex regulatory orders. Regulation can how much renewable energy can be integrated into the grid vary by region. Changes in government subsides for renewable energy can impact project viability. Stability in these incentives are for long-term planning. For example, offshore wind farms in the United States, okay, offshore wind energy projects in the United States provides a clear example of these challenges. For example, offshore wind farms face harsh marine environments requiring and reliable technology. The intermittent nature of wind also necessary effective storage solution and grid integration. The Cape Wind project of the cost of significant financial, including high upfront cost and difficulty in securing long-term investment due to perceived risk and lengthy payback periods. Regulatory challenges were prominent with the Cape Wind projects. Experience delay due to the complex process involving multiple state and federal agencies. There will be legal, our environmental concern, and opposition from local communities. So next is definition of project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. It involves planning, organizing, and managing resources to bring about the successful of specific projects, goals, and objectives. Importance of project management in renewable energy. There are many importance in the installations of project management in renewable energy. So first is efficient resource allocation. Renewable energy projects often require significant financial, human, and material resources. Effective project management ensures that these resources are allocated efficient, minimizing waste, and maximizing output. For example, in a solar farm project, project management ensures that solar panel inverters and other equipment are ordered and delivered on schedule, preventing cost delay and ensuring efficient use of labor and materials. Okay, second is timeline adherence. Renewable energy projects are often under tight deadlines, especially if they are tied to government incentives or regulatory timelines. Project management help in creating and adhering timelines, ensuring projects are completed on schedule. For example, the Block Iceland wind farm, the first offshore wind farm in the USA, from effective project management to navigate complex timelines involving environment assessments, approvals, and construction phases, ensuring timely complete. Third is cost management. Controlling cost is critical in renewable energy projects due to high initial investments. Project management involves budget planning, cost estimation, and continuous cost monitoring to keep the project within budget. For example, in the development of a geothermal power plant, project management help in forecasting cost, accurate and monitoring expenses during drilling and plant construction phases, avoiding budget overruns. Next is risk management. Renewable energy projects face various risks, including technological, financial, regulatory, and environmental risks. Project management identify potential risks early and develop mitigation strategies to handle them. For example, a hydropower project is an active area. Project management involves conducting through risk assessment and incorporating design elements that mitigate the impact of potential, uh, ensuring safety and project viability. Next is stakeholder communication. Effective communication with stakeholders, including government bodies, investors, local communities, and team members, is essential for project success. Project management facilitates clear, consistent, and transparent communication. For example, during the construction of a biomass plant, okay, project management ensure that local communities are informed about the project benefit, timelines, and environmental impacts, community support, and cooperation. The next is quality assurance. Ensuring high quality standards in our project phases is important to the long-term success of renewable energy projects. Project management implements quality assurance process to maintain high standards. For example, in the installation of wind turbine, project management oversees quality control, check on turbine components and installation processes to ensure they meet industry standards and perform efficient over their lifespan. The next is compliance with regulation. Navigating the complex regulatory environment in renewable energy require planning and documentation. Project management ensure compliance with all legal and regulatory requirements. For example, in the development of a solar farm, project management involves securing necessary permit, adhering to law, and ensuring environmental regulation are followed, preventing legal issues and project delay. Project life scale. Okay, when we design the project, a renewable energy project, then project life scale designing is very important. So first is initiations. The initiation phase marks the beginning of the project. Okay, the beginning of the project, the first step is important, initiations. It involves defining the project at the abroad level and getting authorization to start the project. Key activities include developing a project charter, identifying stakeholders, and setting project objectives. For example, a wind farm project. The initiation phase involves conducting and study selecting a suitable site, defining project goals, and securing initial funding. Next is planning. The planning phase involves detailed planning to guide the project team and the stakeholders through the and control phases. This phase includes creating project plans, schedules, cost estimates, and risk management plans. For example, in planning a solar power plant, this phase includes designing the layout of solar panels, planning the grid connection, estimating cost, scheduling activities, and planning for potential risk like weather. Next is execution. The execution phase is where the project plan is put into action. This phase involves people and resources, as well as integrating and performing the activities of the project in accordance with the project management plan. Okay, for example, a geothermal energy project. The execution phase involves drilling wells, constructing the power plant, installing turbines, and connecting to the power grid. Next is monitoring and controlling. This phase involves tracking and the progress and performance of the project. It ensures that everything with the project management plan and meet the project objective. For example, in the construction of a hydroelectric dam, monitoring and controlling would involve regular progress meetings, quality check, budget training, and risk assessment to ensure the project stay on track. The last is closure. The closure phase marks the complete of the project. It involves finalize our activities, handing over the project, releasing project resources, and conducting a post-project evaluation to capture lessons learned. For example, an offshore wind farm closure includes final official handover to the operations team, temporary facilities, and documenting lessons learned for future projects. Okay, now we take an example and understand the project life cycle. Feasibility study and site selection. First, project charter and initial funding approval. Detailed design and planning, including layout, cost, estimate, and risk management. Project management plan, schedule, and budget. Construction of turbines, installation of underwater cables and grid connections, install turbines and connected infrastructure, regular progress tracking, quality assurance, and budget management. Status reports, quality check, and updated project plan. Final, the project and forward and post project evaluation, complete wind farm final project report, and documented reason learned. Now we study our types of life cycle one by one with detail and with example. So first is initiation phase. The viability of the project. Consider various factors such as technical, economic, legal, and environmental accept. For example, a solar panel plant project. Analyzing if the site has sufficient sunlight, the technology required, and assesses the infrastructure need. Estimates the initial cost, operation and maintenance cost, and potential from selling electricity. It is include a cost-benefit analysis. Check with local, state, and national regulations, law, and environmental regulations, the environmental impact of the project, including land use, wildlife, disturb, and carbon footprint reduction. Identify all the parties involved in or affected by the project, their interest, influence, and potential impact on the project. For example, offshore wind farm. Government authorities, environment groups, local communities, investors, utility companies, and project team members. Interests in regulatory compliance and economic benefit, highly due to permitting power. Concern about marine life and environment impact due to public support and due to public support, interesting in local economic benefit and environment impact through public opinion and local government. Focus on financial return and project highly due to funding control. Then identify potential risk that could affect the project success and develop strategies to mitigate these risks. For example, a geothermal power plant. For example, a geothermal power project we take. Potential for inadequate geothermal resources, drilling difficulties, equipment failures, cost overruns, funding shortfalls, energy prices, delay in obtaining permits, changes in regulations, issues, impact on local ecosystems, water use concern, conduct through geological survey, use advanced drilling technologies, and ensure regular equipment maintenance. Funding before project, establish budget and use long-term energy price concern. Engage with regular bodies early in the project, ensure all legal requirements are met and stay updated on regulatory changes. Implement environment management plan, monitor activity, and use sustainable water management practice. So next is planning phase. Project plan development involves creating a comprehensive plan that outlines the project scope. Okay, what is the scope of project? Objectives, timelines, and processes. Okay, for example, wind farm project. Define the boundaries of the project, including the number of the wind turbines, total energy output, and geographic area covered. Set clear measurable goals such as complete dates, energy protection targets, and environmental benefits. List our output of the project such as installed turbines, power grid connections, environmental impact reports. Develop a detailed schedule with deadlines and dependence for each phase of the project. Outline the processes for quality control, risk management, communication, and stakeholder engagement. Involves identifying and allocating the necessary resources, including personnel, equipment, materials, and technology required to complete the project. Okay. Okay, now we also take a geothermal power project to understand this. Break down the project into cost components, okay, including site, drilling plan, construction equipment, labor, and funds. Use historical data and industry to estimate cost. Develop a detailed budget that allocates fund to each component and phase of the project, include reserve for unexpected expenses, establish processes for tracking expenses, managing cost flow, and reporting financial status, implement regular budget reviews and need. Okay, for example, uh, planning phase, example, solar power plant. Okay, so in this we check what amount we use for when we plan the project of renewable energy. Installation of 1 lakh solar panels on a 500-acre site. Generate 50 megawatt of electricity by end of 2025. Solar panel installed operational inverter stations connected to the grid. Okay. What is timelines of this planning? For example, 2024 complete site preparation. Okay. 2024 begun installation of solar panels. 2025 complete installation. 2025 begun testing and complete testing. 2025 full operational status. Quality control check at each month. Risk assessment reviews by weekly stakeholder meetings. Okay, so next is execution phase. Involves scaling out the tasks and activities necessary to produce the project. This is a phase where the actual construction or creation happens. Okay, now we again take the example of wind farm project. Okay, and understand the execution phase. What is activities? Transporting and installing wind turbines, constructing the necessary infrastructure such as road, foundation, and electrical connections. The turbines and connecting them to the power grid. Step-by-step plan is follow, outline, and the sequence of activities require resources and responsible team member of each task. Ensure that our project team members are working efficient and effective towards the project goals. This involves managing communication, assigning tasks, and resolving. For example, a solar panel plant project. Okay, regular meetings and updates to ensure everyone is on the same page. Use of project management software to track progress and share information. Clear rules and responsible defined for each team member, ensuring that everyone know their tasks and deadlines. The place to address any issues, ensuring they are resolved quickly to avoid delay. Assurance involves activities to ensure that the project meet the required standards and specifications. This is for maintaining project quality and achieving satisfaction. For example, a geothermal power project, regular inspections and testing of equipment and construction work, ensuring compliance with industry standards and regulatory requirements, implementing a quality management system to monitor and control quality throughout the project lifecycle. Continuous monitoring and quality check at various stages of the project, such as during drilling, plant construction, and equipment installation. Okay, now we take an example of wind farm project and understand the execution phase. Transporting 50 wind turbines to the site, constructing access road and laying foundations. Okay. Follow the detailed schedule with specific timelines of each activity, ensuring and installation. Daily for one-side workers, weekly progress meetings for the project team, and bi-week update the stakeholders. Engineers assigned to turbine design, okay, to grid connections and project management overseeing progress. One side supervisor handle issues while major project managers for resolve our problems. Turbine components upon arrival for any damage, conducting soil testing and foundations inspections before turbine installation, testing electrical connections and system performance before final test, regular and inspections, party verification of critical and comprehensive testing of the entire system before handover. So monitoring and controlling. Okay, so monitoring and controlling phase. The monitoring and controlling phase involves tracking and regulating the progress and performance of the project. It ensures that the project stay on track and meet its objective. For example, involves continuously measuring the project progress and performance against the project plan. It ensures that the project is on schedule, within budget, and meeting quality standards. Okay, a solar power plant project use project management software to track the complete of tasks, monitor um, key performance indicators such as installation rate of solar panels, project cost, and energy output. Generate week and month reports to provide updates to stakeholders on the project status. Use tools for schedule tracking, financial software for budget monitoring and QA, and for quality assurance. Involves identifying, analyzing, and responding to project risk. It helps in mitigating potential issues that could affect the project progress. For example, offshore wind farm project regularly review project activities to identify new risks such as adverse weather conditions, supply chain, regulatory changes, assesses the likelihood and impact to identify risk using a risk matrix, develop and implement risk mitigation strategies such as supply to handle supply chain risk to schedule weather sensitive activities during conditions. Establish plan for high impact risk, such as having backup equipment available in case mechanical failures. Involve manage changes to the project scope, schedule, and budget. It ensures that any changes are approved and implemented system. Okay, now we also take an example of geothermal power project for understanding the monitoring and controlling. Implement a formal process for submitting and reviewing change requests. This includes documenting the purpose change, its justification, and its impact on the project. Analyze the impact of purpose changes on the project scope, timeline, budget, and quality. Engage stakeholders and in the process. Establish a change control board to review and approve or reject changes. Request ensure that approved changes are documented and communicated to all stakeholders. Update the project plan, schedule, and budget to reflect approved changes. Ensure that team members are informed and aligned with the new requirements. Okay, so next is royal phase. All the completed projects, services, or outcomes of the project that are driven to the client or stakeholder. This includes all documentation reports produced during the project. For example, hydroelectric dam project, the completed dam structure, power station, equipment, and associated infrastructure. Final engineering drawing, operational manuals, environmental impact assessments, and safety reports. Training manuals and sessions for operating and maintaining the dam. Involves the project performance against its objective and the project management processes. It provides insight into what went well and areas for improvement in future projects. For example, a biomass power plant, okay, project compare actual project outcomes such as energy production level and construction cost with initial project costs and target. Review project management processes, including planning, execution, and risk management to identify areas of success and area needed improvement. Gather feedback from project stakeholders, including client, team members, and understand their participation of the project success of areas for improvement. Involve capturing and documenting their experiences, insights, and best practice gained during the project. This information is used to improve future project performance and avoid repeating mistakes. Okay. A wind turbine maintenance project document successful strategies and practice that contributing to the project success, such as proactive maintenance, schedule, or effective communication with stakeholders. Identifying challenges faced during the project, such as equipment failures or delay due to the weather, and document how they were addressed. Provide improving similar projects in the future, such as implementing predictive maintenance technologies or backup plans or for weather conditions. Okay, now we take example again solar power plant and understand the project phase, because project phase is the last stage of the project management. Completed solar power plant with our infrastructure installed and operational. Final engineering reports, environment impact assessment, and safety certification. Training manuals and sessions for operating and maintaining the solar power plant. Compare actual energy output and construction cost with initial project goals and target. Review project management processes to identify areas of success and areas for improvement. Feedback for stakeholders to understand their participations of the project success and area of improvement. Document effective project management practice and contributed to project success. Identify challenges faced during the project and document learn in addressing them. Provide recommendations for improving similar project in the future based on lessons learned. Okay, so next we study the case. We take any case and study the renewable energy project management. Okay. So now we take any case and then we understand. For example, the project involved the construction of a large-scale offshore wind farm in the North Sea. Okay. The goal was the harness wind energy to generate clean electricity for communities, contributing to renewable energy targets and reducing carbon emissions. The North Sea is known for its unpredictable weather patterns and rough sea, posing challenges for construction activity. Implement advanced weather monitoring system to track storms and high wind in proactive schedule and temporary suspension of work when conditions are unsafe. Transporting equipment and materials to the offshore site present logistical challenges due to the remote location and limit access. Establish logistics team to coordinate, optimize vessel schedules, and ensure timely delivery of components such as turbines, towers, and cables. Okay, so what is environment impacts during the installation? The project required careful consideration of environmental impact, including potential to marine ecosystem and habitats. Conduct comprehensive environmental impact assessment and implement mitigation measures such as underwater noise reduction techniques and marine monitoring during construction. Okay, when we install any wind in the offshore, then the project disturb the marine life. Okay, and some environment pollutions created during the construction of this project. The challenges: the offshore wind farm was completed on schedule and within budget, demonstrating effective project management and among stakeholders. wind farm is now operational, generating clean renewable energy to power thousands of homes and businesses along the coast, contributing the carbon emission reduction goals. The project has providing economic benefit to local communities through job creation, investment, and infrastructure and support for sustainable activities. Okay, so in this the case study how effective project management practice were address challenges and achieve successful outcomes in the construction of an offshore wind farm by implementing innovative solutions and mitigating potential risks. The project was completed on time and with budget, resulting is benefit for both the environment and local community. Okay, these examples highlight the importance of planning, stakeholder engagement, and management in large-scale renewable energy projects. So, this is a case study of offshore wind turbine project. Okay, so now we meet after 10 minutes, please. Okay, so we start again. The next topic is key stakeholders in renewable energy projects. Renewable energy projects involve a wide range of stakeholders, each with a unique interest and impacts on the project success. The key stakeholders typically involve government agencies play a role in shaping renewable energy policy, providing regulatory oversight and project development and implementation. Okay, so what is responsibilities? Formulating renewable energy policies, targets, and incentives to promote investment and pay. Issue permits and licenses for project development, including environmental assessment and land use approvals, providing financial support and tax to encourage renewable energy adoption, monitoring with the regulations, ensuring safety standards, and forcing environmental law. For example, the Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) in the United States set emission standards and regulations for renewable energy projects to mitigate environmental impacts and ensure public health. Okay. The private sector, including renewable energy companies, developers, investors, and technology providers, drive innovation, investment, and project implementation in the renewable energy sector. Developing, financing, and constructing renewable energy projects such as solar farms, wind turbines, and hydroelectric plants. Investing in research and development to improve renewable energy technologies, increase efficiency, and reduce cost. Providing energy services and solution to consumer businesses and utility to meet renewable energy goals and demands. The governments and other stakeholders to advance renewable energy address industry challenges. Okay, for example, the company like Tesla, okay, are leading players in the renewable energy sector, investing in solar, wind, and energy storage projects worldwide. Okay, local communities are directly impacted by renewable energy projects and play a role in shaping project development, providing input, and receiving benefit or impacts from project activities. Providing land or resources for renewable energy project development, such as hos- hosting wind turbines or solar arrays on local property, participating in public constructions, community engagement, and stakeholder meeting to voice concern, provide feedback, and influence project discussions. Receiving economic benefit, job opportunities, and community investments from renewable energy projects such as land payments and infrastructure improvements. Environmental and social concern, ensuring their projects are um, community values, cultural, and quality of life. For example, we take a local community in areas may benefit from a wind farm project by receiving lease payment for hosting turbines on their land, creating jobs during construction, okay, and contributing to local economic development to increase tax. However, community members may also have concern about noise pollution, impact, and wildlife habitat disturb, which need to be addressed through effective communication and mitigation. Financial management, okay, funding sources, financial planning, cost control are included in to financial management. Okay, so what is financial management? Financial management in renewable energy projects involves effective management, funding sources, financial planning, and cost control to ensure project and success. Okay. For example, Renewable energy projects often benefit for government incentives such as tax and subsidies to investment, and the investment tax credit in the United States offers a tax for solar projects, reducing the upfront cost for developers. The private investors, including capital firms, investors, and private funds, provide capital to finance in renewable energy projects in exchange for returns on investment. For example, pension fund may invest in wind farm project. They generate steady returns. Okay, project financing involves securing loans and debt financing from banks, financial institutions, and development bank specific for renewable energy projects. Okay, these loans are often secured by project and streams. A utility scale solar project may secure project finance from banks to fund construction and operations. Crowdfunding platforms and community investment models allow individuals and communities, okay, to contribute small amounts of capital to finance renewable energy projects. This approach, this approach enable local own ownership and support for projects. For example, a community solar project may raise fund crowdfunding platform, allowing local residents to invest in and benefit from solar energy generation. Uh, Financial planning involves forecasting and budget for project cost and cash to ensure financial and meet project objectives. For example, managers conduct cost estimates for all project components, including equipment, material, labor, permits. For example, a hydroelectric dam project may estimate cost for dam construction, turbine installation, transmission lines, and environmental mitigations. Financial models are used to forecast generated by the renewable energy project. The factors such as energy, output, electricity prices, and market demand. Okay. For instance, a solar farm project may project based on expected solar electricity and renewable energy certificates sales, cash flow projections, and develop to monitor the timing to funds throughout the project life cycle. That help in ensuring that there are sufficient funds to cover project expenses and service. For example, cash flow forecast for a wind farm project consider construction, generation, and repayment schedules. Okay. Cost control involves monitoring and manage project costs to ensure that expenses are within budget and aligned with project objective. For example, project managers track actual against the budget cost for each project phase and activity. For example, a biomass power plant project may use cost tracking software to monitor expenses. For equipment, construction, and engineering services, the analysis compares actual cost. Okay, then compare actual cost with budget cost to identify and deviations from plan. For instance, if construction cost for a solar project exceeds the budget due to delay or change orders, project managers investigate the cases and implement actions. Project team implement cost reduction strategies to optimize project spending and improve cost efficiency. This may involve uh, streamlining processes, adopting cost-saving technologies. For example, a wind turbine manufacturer may implement manufacturing techniques to reduce production cost and improve. So next is risk management. Okay, what is risk management? Risk management in renewable energy projects involves identifying, analyzing, mitigating, and monitoring risk to minimize their impact on project outcomes and ensure successful delivery. Okay, for example, risk relate to delay in the supply chain for project components such as solar panels, wind turbines, or batteries. Okay, for example, a storage of raw materials or transportation delay could delay project timelines and increase costs. Risk associated with changes in government policies, regulations, requirements that could affect project development or operations. For instance, changes in renewable energy, environmental regulation may impact project economic. Risk relate to nature, such as earth that could damage project infrastructure or disrupt operations. For example, a solar farm located in a region may face risk of equipment damage and power outages during storms. Uh, the risk mitigation strategies involve taking proactive measures to reduce the likelihood or impact of identified risks. For example, mitigating supply chain risk by supply or sourcing components from multiple reduce dependence on a single supplier. For example, a wind turbine manufacturer may source blades from different suppliers to mitigate risk of production delay, including performance generate with supply and the stakeholder to allocate risk and responsibilities effect. For instance, a power agreement for a solar project may include uh, com- uh, uh, the case of underperformance. The policies such as property insurance, business insurance, or construction risk insurance to transfer certain project risk to insurance companies. For example, a wind project may insurance cover for equipment damage and loss due to downtime. Okay. Risk monitoring involves continuously tracking and identify risks throughout the project life cycle to ensure that mitigation measures remain effective. For example, conducting periodic risk review and assessment to identify new risks, the effect of mitigation strategies. For example, project team may hold monthly risk review meetings to review risk registers, update risk assessment, and track risk mitigation action. Monitoring key performance indicators relate to risk management such as project schedule, adherence, budget, and safety to identify early warning sign to potential risk. For instance, an increase in construction delay may indicate potential risk relate the level short time weather condition. Okay, establishment require in action or time. For example, if a project experiences significant cost overruns or schedule delay beyond per defined. Project managers may trigger risk response plan issue to senior management for discuss making. Okay. So in the risk management in renewable energy projects involves a systematic approach to identify, analyzing, mitigating, and monitoring risk throughout the project lifecycle. Okay, by implementing proactive risk management strategies and continuously monitoring project risk, project team can minimize negative impact and maximize project success. Okay, so next is regulatory and policy framework. Okay, the regulatory and policy framework in renewable energy project refers to the set of rules, regulations, standards, and requirements established by local bodies, international bodies, and industry organization to development, implementation, and operation of renewable energy projects. For example, okay, the local government may have zoning the dictate where renewable energy projects can be located and what types of installation are important in different areas. Okay, for example, wind turbines may be um, from residential or environment sensitive areas. Renewable energy projects typically require various permits and approvals from local authorities such as building permit, environmental, and land use permits. For instance, a solar farm project may need approval from the local planning board and environmental agency before construction can begin. Local regulation may include technical standard and requirement for grid interconnection of renewable energy projects. For example, okay, regulation may specify voltage level protection scheme and grid integration requirement for solar PV system connected to the utility grid. So, second, international standards mean international standards refer to guideline protocols, and specification established by international organization and standard body to ensure um, quality in renewable energy projects on a global scale. For example, the International Organization of Standardization develops standards related to renewable energy technology, project management, and environment management. For example, ISO 9001 set quality management system standard for renewable energy company, while ISO 14001 addresses environmental management. The International Electro Technical Commission developed technical standard for renewable energy equipment and system, including wind turbine, solar PV modules, and grid integration. For example, IEC 61400 series provides design and testing standard for wind turbine, ensuring safety. The International Energy Agency published guideline and best participant for renewable energy policy development and project financing. For example, the IEA Renewable Energy Policies and Measures database provides the information on renewable energy policies and measures adopted by various countries. Okay, so one second. Okay, so last is compliance requirements. Compliance requirement refer to the regulation and standard that renewable energy projects must adhere to in order to operate legal and meet regulatory, environmental, and safety standards. For example, renewable energy projects and subject to environmental regulations, air quality, water resources, protection, and habitat preservation. Compliance may involve conducting environmental impact assessment, obtaining permit, and implementing mitigation measures to minimize environmental impact. Renewable energy projects must safety standards and regulation to ensure the health and safety of workers, communities, and the public. For example, wind turbine installation must adhere to safety protocols for tower equipment maintenance and emergency responses. So Next is technology in renewable energy projects. Okay, so what is technology in renewable energy projects? Emerging technologies. Okay, and the integration of technology in project management. Okay, so next is environmental and social impacts. Okay, due to the installation of renewable energy projects, what creates operations during this. So environmental and social impact assessments are tools used to evaluate the potential effects of development projects on the environment and communities. Okay. Now we break down the assessment methods and mitigation strategies along with examples. For example, environmental impact assessment involves identifying, predicting, evaluating, and mitigating the environmental effects of purpose projects before uh, discussion are made with the projects. For example, before constructing a new highway, NEIA might assess its potential impacts on air quality, water resources, and noise levels. Mitigation strategies might include implementing pollution control measures, creating wildlife, and utilizing sound barriers. Social impact assessment focuses on understanding the social effects of the project on communities, including changes in living standards, culture, and community. For example, the building a large-scale dam, and SIA might its potential impacts on local communities such as displacement of residents, loss of livelihood, and changes in traditional practice. Mitigation strategies could involve providing assessment, supporting alternating the preserving cultural sites. Okay, stakeholder engagement, engaging with the stakeholder, including local communities, NGOs, and government agencies to gather input, address concern, and incorporate local knowledge into discussion-making processes. Before establishment, a new industrial facility is extensive with nearby communities will be conducted to understand their concern and performance. Mitigation strategies might include modifying project design to address community feedback, establish um, affected individual, and providing regular updates project progress. Okay, environmental and social management plans. Developing comprehensive plan outline specific action to avoid, minimize, and mitigate the adverse impacts identified during the assessment process. For example, ESIA for a new housing development, and the ESMP might outline measures such as control waste management practice and green space preservation to mitigate environmental impact. Okay, social mitigation measure might include providing affordable housing system for low income residents and investing in community infrastructure. Okay. Okay, so my question is, how do renewable energy projects impact the environment compared to conventional energy projects? Okay, so can anyone give me answer this question? My question is, how do renewable energy projects impact the environment compared to conventional energy projects? Can anyone give me answer this question, please? Mr. Khalid, can you give me answer this question? I repeat again, my question is, how do renewable energy projects impact the environment compared to conventional energy projects? Okay, so anyone want to give me answer this question? If now,
Hello,
hello.
hello,
Yes,
Miss Hamna, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, actually, basically, I will try to give the answer of this question. And the question is,
Okay.
how do renewable energy projects impact the environment compared to conventional energy projects? First of
Yes.
all, I think so. Renewable energy projects will reduce the pollution because most of the renewable energy projects contain such kind of methodologies in which there will be less pollution. For example, if we are considering the solar energy, someone is working on a solar energy project, or someone is making implanting a plant of solar energy power production, it will reduce there is no pollution in case of solar energy. When we are talking about wind energy, even that energy through water waves, or is there any other source of renewable energy, there is a minimum pollution chances. But when we are making a comparison with conventional energy resources, basically in for example, if we are producing electricity by using any kind of fuel, first of all there will be air pollution, okay, and then there will be other pollutions as well. And either we are making some kind of dam also have some kind of um, drawbacks, like there will be a problem in irrigation issues, population needs to move from that area in which dams are constructed. In this way we can make a comparison between renewable energy projects, the impact of renewable energy projects, and the conventional energy projects. I'm not sure about
Yes.
100% answer. It is in my point of view. Thank you.
Like, yes, your point of view is good. Thank you, Mrs. Ishan. So next is sustainable project management practice. Okay. So sustainable project management involves considering long-term impacts of projects on the environment, society, and economy, while desired outcomes. Life cycle assessment, the environment impacts of the project from raw material extraction to disposal recycling. For example, in the construction of a new building, LCA, mind evaluate the environmental footprint of various construction materials and design choice. Okay, minimizing resource consumption and waste generation throughout the project life cycle. This goal involves optimizing energy use, reducing water consumption, and implementing recycle programs. Okay, for instance, in manufacturing processes, adopting principle to streamline production can reduce waste and improve efficiency. Selecting and material based on environmental and social, such as ethical sourcing, fire labor practice, and use of renewable resources. For example, would be and company sourcing for sustainable manage production and produce minimum impact. The sustainable principle provide a framework of integrating environmental, social, and economic consideration into discussion-making process. Some key principles include evaluating project success based on environmental, social, and economic outcome. For instance, when planning a renewable energy project, stakeholder might assess its impact on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and generate electricity. Taking preventing action in the face of uncertainty to avoid potential harm to the environment or human health. For example, in chemical manufacturing, adopting safer chemical when the long-term impacts of certain substances and uncertain. Ensuring these present actions do not compromise the ability of future generation to meet their needs. An example will be designing infrastructure projects to withstand the impacts of climate change, thus ensuring the future generation. Okay, green project management focus on minimizing environmental impact and maximizing throughout the project lifecycle. Incorporating eco-friendly design principles and technologies into the project planning, for instance, in designing buildings with passive solar and green to reduce energy consumption and mitigate urban heat island effect. Implementing measures to minimize greenhouse gas emission associated with projects activities. This could involve using renewable energy projects, optimizing transportation, logistics, and promoting for project teams. Okay, so ensuring adherence to environmental regulations and standards throughout project education, for example, in infrastructure development, conducting environmental impact assessment and obtaining necessary permit before construction begins. Okay. So last slide is the future trends in renewable energy, technological advances, policies, changes, market developments. Okay, future trends in renewable energy are influenced by technological advance, policy changes, and market development. Okay, so technological advancement drive innovation and the efficiency in the energy generation, storage, and distribution. For example, ongoing research and development are improving the efficiency of solar photovoltaic panel. For example, the development of the solar cell, which are cheaper to manufacture and potentially more efficient than traditional silicon-based cell could solar energy production. Innovations in battery technologies are enhancing the storage capacity in lifespan of an energy storage system, making renewable energy sources like solar and wind more cost effective. Tesla, for instance, is producing lithium-ion batteries at scale, driving down cost and enabling widespread adoption renewable energy storage solutions. Government policies and regulation play a significant role in shaping the renewable energy landscape. Policy changes can drive investment, promote innovations, and accelerate the transition to clean energy. Okay. Many countries, for example, many countries have implemented renewable energy, renewable a certain percentage of electricity to come from renewable sources. California, okay, the California renewable standard aims to achieve 100% clean electricity by 2045, stimulating investment in solar, wind, and other renewable technologies. Carbon pricing through mechanisms like carbon taxes or emission trading systems that transition away from fossil fuels toward low carbon. The the emission trading system imposes a cap or greenhouse gases emission and allow companies to buy and sell emissions, creating a market-based incentive to reduce emissions and invest in renewable energy sources. Market dynamics, including supply and demand, investment trend, and consumer influence the growth and adoption of renewable energy technology. Some notable development include, okay, technology advances and advances the scale are realized, the cost of renewable energy generation continues to decline, marketing uh, with the fossil fuels. For example, the cost of electricity for onshore wind and utility scale solar has dropped significant in recent years, driving investment and deployment globally. Many corporations are sources a significant portion of their electricity from renewable sources as part of their sustainability goals, renewable energy projects to power their operations. Okay, this trend is driving demand for renewable energy and the development of new projects. So our lecture is ended. So any question? Okay, so now our lecture is ended. Inshallah, we meet in the next session on Friday. Allah Hafiz.